anytime you play against a great team like that, you can't let them have 30 more shots. So that, you know, the first two things, you know, of what we have to be able to execute against a team like that is being able to block out and look after the ball, because that's exactly what they do, and it's exactly what Perth do. They create more opportunities for themselves. In saying that, it's amazing that we could give up 30 more shots and go to double overtime. Was it double overtime? Overtime.
Almost.
Should have been double overtime. So we did a lot of things right. We're very close, and we've been very close for a number of weeks. The way we've trained for the last 3 weeks has been as well as we've trained for the whole year. Now we just have to get over that hump and be able to get win, and I think we'll start again.
Can you still take something out of that?
Oh yeah. I mean, we take something out of every win and every loss. We learn from the things that we've done wrong, and we take the positives out. So there's no doubt. I mean, if they're, you know, 19-3, and you know we've lost by 3 to them, we've lost in overtime, we've beaten them by 13. You know, there's a lot of positives to be able to take. We're not that far off. So you know, our guys have to continue to keep their head up. We have to continue to work hard. You know, and we'll start winning again.
You've been challenging Darnell to sort of step up his play. Only had 2 points last week against Townsville, but career high 25 and 11 rebounds, and it's just more important his energy. It seemed like it's the best I've seen all year.
Yeah.
Will you continue to bring him off the bench?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a spark like that's a...
Well, that's why we're doing it. You know, some people run off in different directions and say, oh, you know, he's been penalised, he's done that, but never ask the question.
Yeah.
For us, when we spoke about it, we were getting 12 points a game off the bench. So tonight, just between Harvey and Lazar, we had, 40 or so.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a different ball game. Darnell's, even coming off the bench, has been playing starters minutes, and he'll continue to do that. I think our balance is good with that. But there's no coincidence that Darnell and Corin both had their best games that they've had in months, because of the work they did this week, the mindset that they came in with, and the extra work they were doing and shots and everything else. You know, and they're hard workers anyway, but they lifted it another notch. They both had great games, and I've got no doubt that's going to continue on.
You mentioned obviously the extra punch you got off the bench. I guess the flip side though is that you didn't get a lot of productivity from Garland and White there. I mean, is that I mean, obviously you have to balance everything, don't you? Yeah, I
mean, that's what you're balancing with a team. You know, it's no different if you look at their team about they've got certain guys that don't score, and you know, but you know, with AB out tonight, it was always going to be a big challenge. You know, Kevin White's an exceptional defender. You know, he's been helping us. I think Tommy's been really solid for us as well. And sometimes it's good to be able to mix up scorers with good defenders and role players, because it allows your scorers to be more aggressive, and the other guys aren't taking shots away from them. So then by doing that, then, you know, Corin stepped up and had a better game, and you know, I think that balance of our rotations is good for us now.
Your mum was in the crowd there. How much of a... I'll get you next. Your mum was in the crowd there. How much of an inspiration was she just having her there?
It was a big inspiration. You know, she was there for me from the start, and you know, she always believed in me. So you know, it was a good feeling having her, you know, courtside.
Did you feel like you had to bring that energy, because it's clear that this team feeds off your energy? I mean, it's when you were 9-5 and you were leading the way, and you had that huge game in Homebush against this same team. It just seemed like your mindset was just basically being in complete attack mode from day one. Do you feel like you need to do that to sort of bring the team with you?
Yeah, you know, the team feeds off my energy, especially on the defensive end. So, you know, I had to go out and just, you know, play as hard as I can and get my team together and just try to be a leader more than what I have been, you know, last couple of weeks. And like Coach was saying, I've been in the gym nonstop and just, you know, getting my shot right, so that way I can knock down some shots when they come down to it.
How did the team manage to stay so positive during the meetings? It's obviously never a great thing to lose 5 and now 6 in a row, and yet the team showed tonight, you know, how positive their attitude was. And I mean, how tough has that been to sort of, and how much has Shane been so critical in, you know, keeping you guys sort of up and focused?
I mean, even though we lost, you know, we stay together, and you know, we always gotta stay positive. We can't get down after a loss, especially when we know, you know, that we should have won it. And it was just a couple of things that we broke down on, and that's why we lost the game. So, you know, we're gonna come into this week and just practice hard and correct the mistakes that we made.
And Shane, you've been talking about James Harvey for weeks about the difference. I think we saw a real difference today. He's come up with some big shots. How important is it? I know he's not there yet, but obviously he made a big difference today, I felt.
Yeah, I know he does, and you know, he's a veteran. He's a class player. We know that he's going to help us, you know, over the next 6 games in the finals. And we have to stay with that mentality that that's what we're going to do. We know we have to win 3 or 4. Our destiny's in our own hands. You know, hopefully we get AB back next week and we've got a full team, you know, for one of the only games, a handful of games for the whole year. So, you know, if someone had said to us at the start of the year, you know, you got to win 3 or 4 out of your last, what do we got left, 6, 5, 6, then we would say, yep, bring it on. We'll take that. We'll back ourselves and we'll go and do it. And, you know, I think that we will. We have to start with next week.
Thanks, guys.
Anyway, guys.